Hey everybody, this is Bear, also known as Taz, also known as Tolan Fett. I'm coming to you with a how to mod a Nerf Codebreaker, a Nerf Rebel Codebreaker. I've already split the thing apart. I can tell you right now, do not put this piece on. You put this piece on, it's impossible to take off. Well, it's not impossible to take off. When you snap it on, there's these two little tiny holes right there, as you can see. That little tiny hole right there that you have to stick a really small screwdriver into to pop it off. Once you pop that off, this will slide right off. Make sure that when you're taking the guts out of the darn thing, to be very, very, very careful. I've already done it. Let me see if I can show you here very carefully. Took most of the guts out, already took the code piece out. I've already noticed very quickly that this piece right here, this is a very important piece. This piece is a lock. You can cut this off. Once you cut this off, this has free motion in. And take out the combo lock thing, take that out, boom. You take this out, you take that out. That's it, right there. That's the key part about it. The big trick now is putting those back together. So remember, this piece right here, this piece, take this off, boom. You'll be able to fire that thing, no problem. This is one of the serious locks in there. You take out the combo lock, that's one thing. But you gotta take this out too. Once you take this out, boom, that solves the problem. Now, I don't have a proper pair of scissors or anything, so I'm using the X-Acto knife, which means I'm going to very carefully pop this, and hopefully I don't cut myself. And usually right when I say that, that's always when I do cut myself. Now, if you look very closely, there's a little tiny pin right here. If you can pop that out, it makes removing this lock a lot easier, but I can't seem to get it out, so I'm going to carefully, very carefully try to remove this thing as best as I can. I'm going to see if I can get a pair of scissors. Not the most ideal tools, but yeah, not working very well. Yeah, when in doubt, have the right tools. Okay, so if you gotta break something off, do it carefully. One moment. Alright, now that I'm back, as you can see, I took this piece, well, it was, what do I say, something like that, and I snapped it off. So this is what your piece should look like after. Put this back into the device very easily. There you go. Like so. Then it's a matter of putting this piece back on, and then the trigger. Like so. And then comes the really fun part. Putting these back in, which if you don't do right, oh crap. Like this piece, I have no idea which way this goes. I'm gonna have to do a little quick research, just a moment. Okay, after my little bit of research that I did, very quickly, from a YouTuber by the name of Larpgasm, yes, Larpgasm, I looked at his video very closely, and I saw this is how you're supposed to put those two pieces back in. This particular one goes to part of the slide grip. So this is basically what the internals are going to look like once you get all the internals back in. Try not to let any pieces fall out. Once you have all the parts back and Ready? Make sure you get your spring in there. That's a very important spring up there. That spring right there. That's very important. Once you have that, good to go. Put it back together, no problems. Make sure that when you're also putting this part back together, that you're very careful too. This is more or less the internals. This piece right here must go inside the slide part. So be very, very careful when you're pulling this part. That goes inside. I'm going to show you in just a second. And it should look like this. Now you can put the gun back together and you're more or less done. I'm gonna put it back together, show you the next part about this, and then we'll be done. Okay, at this point you could have painted your gun or whatever like that. Once you have it reassembled, you're at this point with this piece. Big thing is to make sure that you get these lined up, otherwise this gun is not going to work very well. Because one misset part makes this thing not want to work properly. Believe me, I was trying to mod this thing earlier outside and I was dealing with a lot of headaches. Okay, so when you get it on, both arms should be up like that and nicely locked in, and then it's just a matter of slapping the air side of the grip on. And then tapping those screws in. Yeah, real life is whoa. Okay. There you go. See? Pull trigger now. If you look, you can see that little part lifting up. That will allow the dart to go out. You can make whatever stock adjustments you want. Once you lock this in, it's in. Will not come out unless you undo these 3 screws in the back. Then you can just butterfly it lightly and pop that right out, no problem. This right here, like I said, these little tiny, see that little hole right there? That little tiny hole right there? You're going to need a really tiny screwdriver. I mean, really tiny screwdriver. Where is that tiny little screwdriver? That's a good question. It disappeared. Like this little booger. And jam it in there to pop this off if you get one of these used. Then it's a matter of just, you know, like when you buy these, set it in, slide it in, and locks in place. Believe me, you'll know it's in there. Usually this will be either attach or detach. As you can see, I already did a small adjustment to here to add a little power. Run it on through. Make sure you give yourself a little slack. This is the fun part. Thread it on through that eye. Like so. Trying to be quiet. There we go. Fully modified Nerf Rebel Codebreaker Crossbow. If you want to see any range distance tests on this, message me and I'll do a range test for you. Other than that, I've increased its power by taking off about an inch and a half of tightening up the elastic cord. Other than that, actually about 1 3/4 because I did it on that side too. So this is a little tighter than stock. Other than that, that's the modified Nerf Rebel Codebreaker.